During today's VSI lesson, please keep in mind the 5 freedoms of animal welfare. Freedom from hunger and thirst, freedom from discomfort, freedom from pain, injury, and disease, freedom to express normal behavior, and freedom from fear and distress.
This is Louie. Everyone who meets Louie feels sorry for him because he's missing a leg. They really should feel sorry for what they don't see inside of him. Louie has heartworms. Heartworms could kill a dog. Heartworm disease is carried by mosquitoes and is especially prevalent in areas with warm, moist climates like the South. Animals that are infected will eventually die from the disease if it is not treated. When we brought Louie home, we thought his cries of pain were from his recent amputation. It was actually from his heartworm treatment. Treatment is painful, expensive, and can cost thousands of dollars. However, the disease can be prevented by putting your animal on a monthly heartworm preventative. The preventative is actually cheaper than treating the disease. How are owners supposed to know about this deadly disease? How do you inform them of a simple monthly pill to prevent heartworms? That's your assignment for Lesson 5, and the challenge veterinarians and scientists face on a daily basis. How to communicate important information to the general public.
For this lesson, you will need to create a message that is accessible to the public, scientifically accurate, and completes a purpose. You will be creating a poster regarding heartworm disease. Today's goals: you will understand the connection between art and science, understand how to develop a message for the public, create a message that is accessible, scientifically accurate, and completes a purpose. Develop a poster encouraging the use of heartworm preventative. Understand art concepts necessary to make a successful poster. To gain some knowledge about how heartworms affect the animals, please watch the following video.
The health of dogs is at risk from heartworms, a major parasite transmitted by infected mosquitoes. The infection of the dog starts with an infected mosquito taking a blood meal. Infective third-stage larvae, L3, of the parasite Dirofilaria immitis are deposited on the surface of the dog's skin. Immediately afterwards, these L3 larvae, about 1 millimeter long at this stage, enter the dog's body using the puncture wound left behind by the insect. In the dermis, the heartworm larvae undergo the next stage of their life cycle and molt into L4 larvae as early as 3 days post-infection. During the following weeks, the L4 larvae migrate through the tissues of the dog. At day 50 to 70 post-infection, L4 larvae molt into immature adults. As early as 70 days post-infection, the immature adults migrate into the dog's venous bloodstream, which transports them towards the heart and lungs of the dog. By day 120, after the initial infection, they all have arrived in the small pulmonary blood vessels. At this point, the immature adult heartworms are about 1 to 1.5 inches in length. They now begin to grow massively, pushing into larger and larger pulmonary blood vessels until some of them finally end up in the pulmonary artery, close to the heart. An inflammatory process within the pulmonary vessel and surrounding pulmonary tissue is elicited by the parasite. This progressively leads to pathology of the lung and the blood vessels, ultimately resulting in vascular resistance or pulmonary hypertension. With higher worm burdens, right heart hypertrophy develops, leading in the long term to right-sided heart failure and potentially to the death of the affected animal. Heartworms are also responsible for a marked increase in the dog's risk of thromboembolism. Once a worm dies, it can block a smaller pulmonary vessel completely, resulting in the infarction of the surrounding tissue. About 7 to 9 months post-infection, the adult, now sexually mature female worms start producing offspring. The microfilaria stage L1 of Dirofilaria immitis. These microfilaria circulate in the cardiovascular system of the infected dog, ready to be ingested with the blood meal of a feeding mosquito. Inside the insect, over a period of about 14 days, the L1 larvae develop into the infective L3 stage larva by molting twice. This mosquito is now a new vector of heartworm infection, threatening the lives of dogs and cats in endemic areas.
Now, we need you to share what you've learned from the video, and we are going to use art to make that happen. Principles of art are important for scientists as well as professional artists to create powerful messages that the public will actually read and understand. Too often, veterinarians want to smash too much information into brochures, not even realizing that no one's going to read it. While creating your poster, keep it simple. Have one central message with a well-thought-out plan. Your plan should creatively tell the public what they should do. Get their animals on heartworm preventative. Let's look at some examples of some posters. Take this one, for instance. It has a great tagline. Heartworm, it's the pill or the kill. Call your vet now. Look at how much white or negative space is in this. Spacing is very important for a good poster. The words could be larger, which would help take up some of the space. And don't try to take up space with this distracting background. It's very difficult to read and not very well thought out. Be smart, protect the heart. The creative visuals and excellent use of space on this poster grabs your attention. But what's it missing? You actually need to tell the owner to put your pet on heartworm preventative. This next poster, this is a vomit of words. Would you read it? The likelihood that someone would read this is very slim. Remember, keep your design very simple. Be mindful of your color and your space. Your drawing can be very simple. You just have to have a place for your eyes to rest. The poster here is a very simple drawing with you see no white. The color is amazing because the space is filled in with this lovely color. Remember, it's not how much information is on your poster. It is if anyone's going to actually read it. Get your message across. Heartworms kill. Put your pet on heartworm preventative. I have given you a lot of information. Let me show you how to draw a simple dog and cat. So, with the dog, we start with a jelly bean shaped nose. You come down and circle it. We don't want to add the whiskers. We just create little dots to create whiskers. 2 big eyeballs up here. Then we're going to put a circle around this. You can make your ears droopy or pointy. Let's do the body. Just a circle. 1 long line, 2 short lines. 1, 2, 3, 4 circles. Make the nails. Don't forget your tail. And a collar. Voila! A simple dog. And now it's time for the kitty cat. Start with a large circle, a triangle with the point down, a fish hook, whiskers going off the page, a circle with the eyes being vertical, some triangle ears, and the same body. A circle with a long line and 2 lines beside it. 4 circles. I like the nails going off. That kitty likes to scratch. A tail and your collar. Voila! A simple kitty. Okay, it's time to get started. You can either work by yourself or work with a partner. Start brainstorming ideas and themes. But remember, keep it simple. You want people to put their pet on heartworm preventative. Create a rough draft, remembering your use of space, color, and dwellings. Then show your teacher your rough draft. Your teacher may give you suggestions, then give you your final poster paper and markers. Remember, this is science.